Good. So last week we talked about Harvest, that it was postponed for those who didn't follow, didn't watch the last week's meeting. And talking about an online version maybe, but so far nobody commented on that. We got demos from Sipke about Pulumi, Zoltan about scheduled publishing, and Dean about, was it taxonomy? No, it was not taxonomy routing, because we said that earlier. So I don't know. Today, does anyone have demos? Jean-Philippe, you're back. That must be for a reason. You must have something to show. It's been a long time. You have so much time to do things. Or not. So status. I already fetched everything. Last week we merged 2 PRs on Orchard 1. Add button manage approve disable in edit user. So now we can approve or disable user from the edit screen and not just from the list of users. So when you're editing a user, you can have these 2 buttons. And a fake transparent background for image thumbnails. The idea being that when you have a transparent image, it will show up as white over white, so you don't see the transparency of the image. So with that change, which is setting up an image as a background, the default background, but this image is like a chessboard, you know, like gray, white, gray, white, gray, white, like the transparent color you see in image editors, such that you will see what part of the image is transparent in the thumbnail of the media. So good idea. It's been merged in 110x branch. Then Orchard Core. What do we have? I fetched, and we have the third maintain content item ID across backboard content items. I'm not sure we talked about it. Let me check the date. 8/26. So we must have talked about it, being able to keep the content item IDs when we update backparts. A fixed string localizer reference. I think the name, yeah, okay. Recipe properties step, we talked about it, I remember now. Placement documentation, small fixes. Okay, some bold here. Customize ViewContext property name. Okay, making it property from the type of. Or customize ViewContext property name. Get custom attribute on the property ViewContext attribute. So you can have an attribute, ViewContext attribute, to define the property name. I think I see. Okay, because we were looking at every property, but apparently there is this attribute that will let you change the name of the property in the view. Okay, I see. Okay, that's good. It will probably be explained on the PR. Okay, maintain hidden input data when validation fails for the taxonomies. Okay, makes sense to re-update the values, otherwise they are lost if there is a validation failure. It's normal. Good job. View components should be searched in views and pages. So someone said that they were putting a view component in the shared folder of the pages folder and not just the views. This is supported in Razor pages. So now this component has been updated to also search for view components in this folder. Remove INavigationManager from AdminMenuFilter because it was not used. Fix links for content types and content items glossary definitions. Okay. Exactly. Fix case of ensures. Okay. Toggle all widgets in flow. Oh, that is new. When you say in flow part, I see it's not in back parts. Should it also be done in back parts?
Maybe, and maybe in widgets list also. But I wanted to make a PR, but I forgot to branch the dev.
You mean for this or for the other one?
For this one.
Oh, that's an issue. That's a mistake. That's what you say.
Oh yes. It works. It's fixing the bug, the issue.
But there is a PR also.
No.
Oh, there was just an issue with discussions.
Yes.
And then you did as you said that you will do after the discussion.
Yes.
Okay. So we are just waiting for people to complain and create another PR if you don't agree. Okay. So let's look at least at the screenshot. Unless you want to show it.
You can show the issue.
Okay. It's closed. So there were many attempts, like this thing on the right, like
that was some suggestions.
Yes. Where is the button? So it's this one now. Okay, I'm just waiting for it to show. Okay, and then the icon's position, and then you said I will do that. Yes. Which means it's available in every separation on this hover bar. I thought also about that bar that is super not accessible. So we'll have to find a way to do that from the keyboard also. That should be doable easily. Okay, so that's the new toggle all widgets in flow part, but not in widget list or by part. Ideally, it should be done everywhere. We'll see. Select all checkbox should react to selected items. I assume in many views we have the same issue. So, tenant names. So what was the issue here?
It was to enhance the visual aspect and to do like on GitHub, when you click one checkbox, the select all checkbox is displayed with the minus icon.
Interesting. What does it do? So everything is selected here. I'm confused. And oh, I see. If you can unselect everything.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, cool. I assume someone approved. Okay. Good. Thank you. Here, and that's the last change. Not that much. PRs because we have time. So what's they're all new here. Interesting. Add Boolean value type for email verify claim. Let's look at. Oh, this one is ready now. It was draft not a long time ago. Add Boolean value type for email verify claim. User manager. I wonder where it's coming from, but apparently it's available. Good. So I wait for true string, false string, confirm true string. I wonder what it is. And there is even a unit test. Oh my God, good job. Interesting. Oh, I'm confused. So Kevin changed his account. You notice that? Now it's Kevin Shelley. It's more pinpoint downs. You can rename your accounts in GitHub. It's cool. Update taxonomy docs. I think there was a question yesterday about how to get taxonomies by ID or terms by ID. So this is for tags. That's cool. Should be much quickly. Fix error when using try create directory. So fixing a bug. Exception. Good job. Creating a directory if it doesn't exist. Okay. Deployment cards equal height. Everyone wants his dark theme. So that's cool. Looks nice. Cool. Account views validation messages. Oh, this. Oh, I see. So you did that to fix the localization issue with attributes.
Yes.
I was wondering, and now I see the comments. I get it. Yeah, it's called "Let's get the job done." That's the famous Antoine's mode. Like, stop talking. Let me do that. I will fix it. That works for me. We need to find why it doesn't work for the other thing, but that will fix the issue. or one of them. If we don't create another issue to say we need to fix the general issue and not this is a mitigation, but that's a good fix. Added null checks around the inquiries linked to content types. Null checks because otherwise the reference exceptions. Yes, null check. Build content type field type. Why would it be null? Build content type field type. All content type maybe? Malformed. Okay, so there is one user who filed it and another one who fixed it. Must have the same issue. Good job. Change email review. I see. What? So I also written an invalid email if what? If you just check with MIME-Kit. Where did you do that? So based on the comments I made for email unicity, it's just one part of all the comments, right? Just one bullet point. And you checked only there. So there is another issue, I think, that Isham created to make it a service, iEmail validation, whatever, iEmail validator. And maybe we should have that there. That's interesting that you can have an email without an arrobas. But at the same time, I trust MIME-Kit because they are implementing the RFC. Okay. Same height for deployment cards. Are you doing the same thing as Jasmin?
Yes, but he did it simpler, so I will take his PR.
Okay, good. Did you put a command there so that nobody?
And he's joining right now. Jasmin.
He's late. Code mirror editor for text field. We talked about it, I think, a few weeks ago. Beautiful. So we can have, yeah, so lots of PRs that will get merged, I assume, because they are easy to verify. Thoughts. Not sure normal content item type is a proper field type to instantiate here. That's a PR. Oh, he's implementing, yeah. So he filed an issue last week to be able to export the site settings in GraphQL. So as long as there is a permission, I said. So this is a PR for that. That won't work because you can't reference the define feature requirements, dependencies, or abstraction projects. This one, and Azure Blob Shells configuration. Dean is working on that, and also with Jean-Thierry on implementing the shell configurations, aka the tenants list and tenants configuration in Azure Blob Storage, such that you can have stateless setups of Orchard and go crazy on scaling out with more nodes. And I think they are doing more than just that by refactoring some of the things and how configuration is managed. But that's good. We trust them. Questions, comments? Teams on iPad looks nice. Topics? Demos?
Hi, Sebastian, this is Lara.
Hi, Lauren.
Hey, I wanted to ask about like mini technical workshops in exchange for the cancellation of the harvest.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think people will be interested in that? And what I was thinking of is like mini workshops, maybe half a day or 1 day, targeted at people like me who are new to Orchard, but we would want to jumpstart our skills. So I don't know if there's a need for that, but I think people might be interested in that. Meaning to say, my thoughts are that it can be run by the core contributors in Orchard, like for example Anton or Dean, or Skepki, or I'm sorry if I mispronounce his name.
Zipke.
Okay, there you go. And then maybe it can be between 5 to 10 people who will attend it. And what's going to happen is that my suggestion is that the people who are interested will pay the person who will run the workshop directly. So for example, maybe a half a day workshop, 1 day workshop, they will charge $1,000. So for 10 attendees, each person will pay $100 directly to the person. And so we can have like targeted topics, for example, like creating an Orchard module, OC module, or maybe theming. That can be a half a day thing, things like that. Just the bottom line is to help people jumpstart their Orchard core skills. I don't know if there's a need for that.
So you were there last week when we talked about it, or did you watch the meeting?
No, I was there last week.
Okay. Yes, this is a subject we talked about, like, should we do an version and of the harvest and also of the workshop? So it's more than just workshops. It's like about content, because as you said, I noted, like, is there a need? That's an obvious question. I mean, yes, so many people ask for videos about how to do things, not just text, but also videos about how to create a module or create a theme or do whatever. Should it be a workshop? So I don't know if we need to organize it in like steps or phases, or because the issue is that we've talked for a long time about having videos about doing many things, not really workshops, but tutorials. Okay, workshop is more one-to-one with people and helping to do something, and you drive someone to do something for a goal. A video is more a tutorial that could drive people, but you don't wait for people to do it. Like, it's not interactive. Workshop is more interactive, and that's why when you talk about workshop, it's more like teaching, and then you want it's like what's the name? Training. Okay, it's like, yeah, you're trained to do something, so you have a teacher that will train you and that will guide you to do the thing. So it's live, but
Yep.
we could have videos for topics that are not live, but like a session that will show you how to do something. And that's why in these kind of workshops, we try to pay people, because there are teachers that will take their time to teach you, and they might redo it again and again and again, because it's a live session that will be done again and again and again. So is there a need? Yes, for workshops, for video tutorials, and I will assume that maybe both of them. And that's why I'm saying should be, I was talking about steps, because yes, we need that, and we need that. And we also need the things that I did last year, which was like, okay, let's take 2 hours on a Friday and let's try to do that, like completely informal and no preparation. So video tutorials need preparation, mini workshops need preparation, but the kind of live session I did last year were more like, okay, let's try to do that, and we can fail. That's fine. It will take longer than what it will take otherwise, but at least we record something and people can follow that.
Yeah. Last year, I remember I watched, or in fact, I attended, or maybe watched your theming workshop. I mean, theming tutorial. So I know what you're talking about, because I learned how to theme based on watching what you did.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but Sebastian, my idea is that workshop, because it's really meant to be a hands-on experience between among the attendees, and I think it can be delivered via Teams. And what I was thinking about is that I'm pretty sure people like me are willing to pay like maybe $100, $200 per maybe half a day or 1 day session. And if you can gather 5 or 10 people, so the trade will get $1,000, $2,000, for at least something for his effort, you know. And I was thinking, for example, maybe how to create a module, and really a hands-on workshop on how to do a module and publish it in Azure maybe. So I think that will take up a day already, you know, and there's so many areas involved in there. Another idea is maybe a complete Orchard Core website that basically you enable the email, you enable the tenants, you enable a search function. You know, that in itself is 1 day, because you talk about shapes, you know, so many stuff. So I think there's so many of these targeted workshops that will jumpstart the skills that you know, for people who are new to Orchard Core. It will help us jumpstart our skills so that we you know, we can be productive in a shorter period of time. And I'm really sure people are willing to pay for that. It's just that we need the core contributors, like I don't know who's willing to do it, maybe Anton or Dean, those who are really experts already now. I'm not too sure if they're willing to do that. That's why my idea is to motivate them by giving, you know, by compensating them with good money, you know, $1,000, $2,000 a day. Sorry.
They already do that actually, but not in the way you are describing. So what happens is that what you are describing, I don't think the community should organize that. Not that it couldn't, but there are already some people like Dean, Sipke, Antoine, the ones you mentioned, that do that, but do that on a demand basis. So it's like you will call them, you talk to them, and you're like, hey, do you do that professionally? And they will say, yes. Can you teach me how to, can we take 2-3 hours next week to teach me, and I'll pay you that amount? And they say yes or no. And it's like consultancy services, okay? So training services, and they do that. What you're describing here is more like a community effort in terms of attendees to say, okay, let's do it for ourselves, or ask someone to organize and to open slots up to 5-10 slots, and then people can register to do the training. So it's like training. You're asking for a training company to do orchard training on specific things, and then people can register on training slots. I
think you're right. I think you're right.
And maybe yes. So I mentioned them because you mentioned them. Sipke, Dean, Antoine might be able to do that individually or in an organized way, meaning maybe they should work together on organizing these workshops, these trainings, and make a website and let people know, or make it open so that anyone could give trainings on that. The same way you could have a plural site, organize every teacher under a website and some rules to create good content. Maybe there should be something like orchardtraining.com that would organize that, and you could hire a coach or register to a training session. They will not be recorded because you will pay for that. That's your content, but it will be with small groups and goal-oriented and cheaper than having a one-on-one. So that will be totally doable. But that's something maybe that should be organized privately with those professionals.
Okay.
But at the same time, that's good to talk about it publicly because that's our community. That's a public community, and we can also talk about it publicly and to find synergies and gather people who would like to do that. Like sorry.
Go ahead.
So the people you mentioned, I know they've done that by the past many times. I've done that too in the past years on my own time to help some companies. So that's totally fine.
Yeah, because I'm willing to organize it for free. I'm not going to charge anything. I just want to learn. But I am sure there are people just like me who's also willing to pay and wanting to learn. And I am pretty sure there are also people who is willing to spend their time teaching us. So how do you suggest I do this? Do I post a question in the Gitter to ask them who wants to join, or do you suggest that I approach first the Dean, all these or contributors privately and ask them if they're willing to do it? How do you suggest I approach this?
So for this, they are listening. If they are not in the meeting room, they will listen to the recorded meeting. So they are listening to what you are saying. And yes, please approach them even individually. They will talk to each other also individually, maybe to see if there is an opportunity to build something bigger than just individually to do workshops. And yeah, so because in terms of fees, it might be expensive to have one guy like this for a day, okay, for just a single person. But if it's like a training session with 5 people, that's totally doable then in terms of how much it will cost for the attendees. That's much more.
That's correct.
So, and you mentioned that. And then, so maybe just start the discussion on Gitter individually or on the global Gitter, just to see if other people would like to have these kind of sessions. And then it can start just easy, like, okay, let's do one next week, and you organize it ad hoc, and you will have one session for one topic, and maybe then the session can be reused for other sessions later, and it can start like these events, and they can organize behind that. But yeah, just start talking about it maybe on Gitter and individually to these people that we know they are doing that. I think that's also a goal of the Orchard Skills website, to be able to do that. I'm sure Antoine, Sipke, Dean, and I don't want to forget anyone, but there are contractors that can do that also, that will happily do that. Jasmine could do that, depending on what different topics you want to target. And again, as a community, it would be even greater if we could build a set of workshops based on all the different specialties that everyone has. Because we are all like Jasmine is the most knowledgeable on Lucene, and Dean might be the most knowledgeable, I don't know, on taxonomies and so on. You see, so that would be interesting. But yes, start. And then you did the first step. You talked about it during a meeting. That's very good. So
okay, I'll initiate some discussions in GitHub. Okay, thank you very much. Huh?
Bertrand is saying he will do one on e-commerce.
Okay, good.
So because people want that, even if they have to pay, they don't care. It just, that's how the open source ecosystem also works. I mean, people provide code for free, but they also provide services for some expense, and they have to. That's how they make a living. And some people will want to pay for some services, for consulting, for training, for support, for implementing stuff. So that's how it works. That's part of the ecosystem. So, and that's why also I'm saying it's hard for me to organize that, but if we can talk about it during the meetings, I have no issue with that.
Okay.
Trying to organize that.
Okay, thank you very much, Sebastian.
Thank you. Could be accommodations for fellow open source devs. Yeah. Based on your number of commits or participation, you get rebates. You get free workshops. That's how we deal. If you participate to open source, you get free workshops. Boom. Just okay, nice topic. Thank you for talking about that. And that's so while you were talking, I tried to describe the different ways we do these videos, the live sessions. The youngsters, they call it live streams, right? Twitch and other things, like no preparation, short stuff, like 1-2 hours on the topic. Video tutorials, which is prepared and short also, but it's prepared, okay, and it's organized, it's rehearsed, and it's like a conference session. And mini workshop, which are prepared, longer, not free, and interactive. So they are like, people are also doing the workshop. My ideal workshop will be to be able to share it also as open source, to have the workshop also free for people to do it on their side, on their own, even if they want to do it in their own company, to reuse the content and to drive the workshop. That would be also ideal. So people can reuse a workshop to train themselves on doing something. It's always better to have someone to talk to and interactive, explaining all the details, and than just reading stuff. But that would be good. ASP.NET has that. There is an ASP.NET workshops repository on GitHub. This is a workshop that Fowler, Damien Edwards, Ryan Novak are giving at NDCs, for instance, and you can reuse it if you want. Super useful. I'm quite cheap. I'm answering everything on GitHub. Yes, that's also the issue of lots of people, okay, to do everything for free. Because in the end, you need to be able to buy some toilet paper and alcohol rubbing for hands. So you need to be able to invoice some stuff at some point. So that's an issue with people who just do things for free. You need also to find a way to make a living out of it.
Yeah, I totally agree. You know, everybody, we all need to thrive in this ecosystem.
All good. Other topics? Questions? Okay, so then I close the meeting. Thanks everyone. See you on Thursday, same time as today, which is 1 hour before. And next week, hopefully everyone will be on time. Thank you, everyone. See you later. Bye-bye.